Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. I am Jim Davis. We're playing some Modern. Modern Horizons is here, and I know Hogak and Bridge from Below, Karen Feeder, alright, they're making a mess of things. But aside from that, Modern Horizons has a lot of really cool cards in it, and stands to add to some archetypes, make some new archetypes, and that's kind of what we're doing here. We are playing a deck with 4, 8, 12, 13 copies of cards from Modern Horizons. This is a ninja deck, and this deck's kind of sweet. So, big impetus of this deck being Force of Negation, card I think is quite good. Modern's been a format defined by kind of linear, broken strategies for basically forever. And Force of Negation is a real check on that in a lot of ways. You know, Legacy, of course, has always had Force of Will. Force of Negation is not exactly Force of Will, but if you're countering a turn 3 Karn, a turn 2 Cathartic Reunion, or one of the many other myriad of things that your opponents can throw at you in the Modern format, it's very similar. Obviously not great against like humans and things like that, but for the most part, pretty sweet. And of course, as a pitch spell, it is inherently card disadvantage most of the time. So we're playing it in a deck that's looking to gain a lot of card advantage back. We're playing kind of a blue aggro ninja deck. Now, of course, the OG ninja is Ninja for Deep Hours. We're playing a few of them. But realistically, the main impetus for playing this deck is the new ninja, Ingenious Infiltrator, a Vidalcan ninja. That is basically just Ninja for Deep Hours. However, 2 upgrades. The third toughness is actually huge, because when you're attacking in later turns, being able to attack it into 2/2s is pretty good. And then it also has a trigger whenever any ninja deals combat damage to a player, so it stacks very well. If you have 2 of these attacking unblocked, you draw 4 cards, not 2. So, from pretty significant upgrades to a card that's already pretty good in Ninja for Deep Hours. Also playing 1 copy of Fallen Shinobi. This is a pretty powerful effect. Modern decks are full of really good cards, and you get to play up to 2 of them from your opponent's deck for free. So 1 big finisher in our deck, but for the most part, this deck is a small ball, nickel and dime sort of delvery kind of deck. Complementing our Force of Negations are 4 copies of Disrupting Shoal, another blue pitch spell. So we're really looking to be able to progress our board, play a ninja, draw some cards, pitch counter. Draw some cards, pitch counter. Spell Pierce, kill something, win the game. And Shoal has a pretty good spread here. A lot of 1s, a good number of 2s, handful of 3s, handful of 4s. So usually we'll be countering 1 and 2 drops with Shoal, but of course we have a few other options as well. And then of course hard casting either Disrupting Shoal or Force of Negation. Not crazy. It's not crazy. You know, 3 mana, maybe 4. But backup plan of cancel really isn't that bad. Cancel/negate. And to help push our ninjas through, we are playing a full slate of 8 1-mana Flying Men style creatures. The new one here is Faerie Seer. Faerie Seer is a Flying Men with Scry 2, which is pretty good. Scry 2 is nothing to sneeze at. And of course, being able to redo it over and over again with your ninjas is pretty great. Helps to find your ninjas too, as well as find your disruptive elements early and often. Not an obscenely powerful magic card, but good little enabler. And then we steal Mausoleum Wanderer from Spirits, just another good element against non-creature spells. Helps to counter removal spells and things like that. And can tag team with your Spell Pierces when needed. And also have, of course, Snapcaster Mage, which obviously plays very well in a deck like this. And also as a card we'd love to bounce with our ninjas and recast. A lot of card advantage there, a lot of value. But want to have the maximum amount of 1-drops for a possible turn 2 ninja. Force your spell and get to untap. Other interactions, Spell Pierce, very important. And then a few other counter spells in a Mana Leak and a Logic Knot. Not really sure what is better, but I think you want a few other counter spells as well. A couple kill spells, 4 Fatal Push, very important. We got a Vapor Snag and a Tyrant Scorn. A little extra utility against non-creature decks. You can bounce your own things. And then we're kind of holding it all together with 4 copies of Opt to make sure our Snapcaster Mages are good. Playing Opt over something like Serum Visions because the instant speed aspect is very important. And 19 lands, so we're skimping on lands a little bit because of our scry effects and our cantrips. So we'll have a lot of gas coming. And that's basically the deck. One big consideration is playing the Fairy engine. We're already playing Faerie Seer. Why not play Spellstutter Sprite? I think that Spellstutter Sprite's a little too weak. And Shoal does a very similar thing in that it's good at countering 1 and 2 drops, which is also what Spellstutter Sprite does. I think Spellstutter Sprite I think Shoal is better, and I think Sprite comes with a little too much baggage. You need to play a few too many cards that aren't good enough to make Spellstutter Sprite good, which is also a card that possibly isn't good enough. So, yeah, it's cool to bounce your Sprite with your Infiltrators and recast it and stuff, but it's a little clunky. I want things to be super, super efficient here. So, that's the main deck. Sideboard gives us more removal spells. Obviously, this deck's probably going to struggle against a deck like Humans, where our Force of Negations and Shoals aren't going to be nearly as good. Spell Pierce also. So we have some removal on the board. We got a couple copies of Deathmark, one of the better cards you can have against Humans. Also good against other creature decks, green creature decks, etc., Devoted Druid, so on and so forth. We're going to want the most efficient version of things in this deck because we're such a tempo-based deck. Deathmark does that. Force Surgical, because the Bridgevine deck is a very real thing. A couple Thoughtseizes, a couple Brutalities, a little extra versatility when our counters aren't good, or against decks where our pushes aren't good, a couple Rejections, and a Recall against artifact decks. Countersquall, pretty good card in this deck, and one Miser's Hostage Taker. This can come in against decks like Humans for a little extra power, as well as decks that might be playing things like Ensnaring Bridge to give us an extra out to that. And I'm sure if we end up ninjaing a Hostage Taker, that'll be pretty cool too. But that's the deck. Let's jump in. Let's battle. And here in the new Magic Online interface that we're figuring out here. Let's go. All right, match number 1. It is Ninja time. And we have essentially the fix here. We have a Flyer on 1, a Ninja on 2, a Mana Leak. No pitch counters, but definitely a pretty good hand here. Copperline Gorge. Noble Hierarch. Interesting. So a very creature-based deck. Makes some of our counter spells worse, but can see how it lines up. Get our Scry on. I think we're not interested in either one of these cards. I found that you want to Scry pretty aggressively with this deck, because you're really going to find your pitch counters and the right combination of ninjas and enablers. So we already have a land, and we already have an extra flyer, so I'm not super interested in that extra Mausoleum Wanderer. I think we're going to be looking pretty hard for a Fatal Push, some sort of kill spell here. If they're playing a creature-heavy deck, our ninjas are going to have a little trouble getting through. So, Tarmogoyf. Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Alright, so our opponent tapped Noble Hierarch and land, and are leaving up Copperline Gorge, making it feel like a Lightning Bolt's pretty likely here. So, unfortunately, we drew our pitch counter. One thing about Force of Negation is you can't use it on your own turn. So it's not good at defending your own things. Disrupting Shoal is. If this is a Shoal, that would have been great for us. But it's a Force, which is fine. I think we're going to take our time here a little bit. I think we're just going to attack and leave Mana Leak up. Can also opt. Not really sure what our opponent is doing, honestly. I mean, Naya something. Quasali Pride Mage. I think that's fine. Try and find something better to do with our Mana Leak, but, you know. Also, if we leak that, we put an instant and a creature in the graveyard, so the Goyf just whacks us anyway. Alright. We're going to opt here. See if we can find a Fatal Push. I mean, it plays. I think we're going to keep it. You know, there isn't a ton of removal in our deck, so got to take it as it comes, unfortunately, I think. Hex Drinker. Yeah, that's a magic card. So they for sure have Bolt. Absolutely no question at all. Scalding Tarn. All right. That's not good. Definitely falling behind here. And once this Hex Drinker gets bigger, we can't really block it anymore. Still think we can't afford to do Ninja here. Creature deck's definitely not an easy matchup in game ones. Fallen Shinobi. That's kind of cool. Because if we Fallen Shinobi, we can that's big enough to not bolt, but the problem is that we don't have any don't have a fifth or fourth land to Ninjutsu that. So I think we're bottoming both of these again, which kind of stinks. But Snapcaster, if our Scorn was a push, we'd be in a lot better shape here, but unfortunately it is not. So yeah, weirdo creature deck. Not what we're looking to play against, honestly. Alright, so we're trying to kill this thing in response to this. Just 3 at his pro instance. I don't think Hex Drinker is that good. It's a cute card. Good cube card, I think. I think the bar for 1-drops is low enough in cube where Hex Drinker is actually really good in cube, but I'm not sure about modern playable. I mean, if they're bluffing a lightning bolt, they're doing a great job of it. Wow. Yeah. All right. At this point, there's nothing else to do. We're just going to attack and yeah, 1000% of a lightning bolt. If this was a shoal, this game would have been so much easier, unfortunately. But yeah. So if this was a shoal, I think you might have been able to swing this game around. But as it stands, just some creatures and a lightning bolt. Too much for us to handle. Force of Negation, definitely not great against a deck like this. Obviously, it's just all creatures. And no Fatal Pushes. Fatal Push would help too, but yeah, I mean, now we're like not even sure what we're looking for at this point. We're like chump Tarmogoyf. Oops. Like a Fatal Push, maybe. Oh, alright. That's pretty good, honestly. I mean, that beats their board currently. They're going to draw a card, then draw a card off this. Never mind, they drew a land, so. So we get to draw push, and then ninja, and then draw another push. We're going to chump block here and go to 5. We end up going to 3 next turn. Alright. Could be worse. Spell. I don't know what kind of spell they would have, but not another creature. No more creatures, please. Okay, well, that's the worst kind of creature. Alright, now we are dead. Too many creatures. Okay, so definitely kind of a weird fringe zoo deck here in round 1. Does not seem like a good matchup for us. But that's why we sideboard. We get Hostage Shaker, Deathmarks, We're gonna want Thoughtseize, I think, just based on the fact that like we have too many cards to cut. I think Brutality, same thing. I guess we want to cut I think all 4 Force of Negations and then 3 Spell Pierces. So I think the Shoals are still fine. And if you have a few extra kill spells here, Shoal's really important to answer Lightning Bolt. Again, if that Force of Negation was a Shoal, I think we would have won that game pretty easily, honestly. I mean, not easily, but we definitely could have done a lot more damage and not had to sit back for 5 turns playing around Lightning Bolt. So Deathmark helps. We now have 7 removal spells, 8 removal spells, 7 that cost 1 mana, and Snapcaster Mages. So see if we can make this work here. What are they going to board in against us? Not really sure. But we're not thrilled with Mana Leak or Logic Knot, but having to board out so many of these negate effects makes it kind of necessary. Tilt. Alright. Certainly plays. An opponent also mulligans to 6. We're going to bottom. So the question is, do you want to Wanderer or Thoughtseize? I doubt they're going to play a 1-drop. We're going to want to Thoughtseize. We're going to Wanderer. Super high ceiling here if we draw a land. Gets turn 2 Ninja on the play. Hex Dragon. Get a Lando, please. No, we cannot. Alright. Okay, they have a Path to Exile, a Hex Drinker, and a Ranger Captain of Eos. And a Snow-Covered Plains. We'll take the Hex Drinker, and then we're going to Thoughtseize the Ranger Captain of Eos next turn. I guess we could just, like... Like, I obviously don't mind being pathed because I'm pretty light on mana here. One second. Sorry about that. So, like, we have Deathmark for Hex Drinker, Thoughtseize for Ranger Captain. We should let them path us. I think that's fine. Although if we do... Yeah, this is fine. Alright. You can draw land eventually, but... Alright, so we're going to play land... and just crank it up twice. So that's fine. It's protection from instants. We have a sorcery in our hand anyway, so we draw a land. So we draw the land. Now we like kind of need to Thoughtseize. We could sneak in a Ninja here, and then just resolve Ranger Captain of Eos, which is way too good. We have to Thoughtseize here. So it comes down to, I think we're just Thoughtseize Deathmarking. Yeah. Yep. All right. Take Ranger Captain. Take 2. Deathmark this. A little painful. Some shock lands and Thoughtseizes and stuff. But we are in okay shape. It depends on what they draw here. See how good their draw steps are. No? Okay. Snapcaster's pretty good. We're going to attack. I think we're just going to Ninja here. Like, we're never going to get them a tap out of Path to Exile anyway. And we'll just take our land. We can Snapcaster a Deathmark. I guess we can just leave Mana Leak up too. You know what? This is fine. I'll just stack. The presence of Mana Leak means we're going to counter their next play anyway. So, as long as it's not a 1-drop. We're at 12, so we're basically just countering anything. Another Mausoleum Wanderer. It's interesting. So I think we just wander here and get it for 2. We're not going to ninja into their Path to Exile. Definitely a low resource game with both of us mulling to 6. A couple discard spells. Alright, so we got him. We got him to cast Path. That's pretty good. So now we get to now we have access to Snapcaster Mage for a kill spell or a ninja next turn, which is pretty great. They have 1 card drawing to 2. Whatever they have probably isn't better than Pride Mage, so they cast Pride Mage, so alright. And that plays. So now the question is, do I ninja or do I Snapcaster Deathmark? If they have a bolt, it's kind of a blowout. But yeah, let me just Snapcaster Deathmark. Because if we draw next turn, we can bounce the next turn we can ninja with the Snapcaster Mage maybe for a little extra value, and so they kill it. It doesn't really matter. I shouldn't have done that. I should have held it for a fatal push. Ninja. Alright, a little better there. Drew a kill spell or 2. Less Force of Negations, more kill spells. Yeah, just run that back. It's possible Spell Pierce is like okay. Like maybe we want to cut Logic Knot and Mana Leak for Spell Pierce, just to defend against early bolts, trying to get our ninjas in. Because Logic Knot and Spell Pierce and Mana Leak are pretty bad. I'm like, let's do that actually. I kind of like that. They're gonna have 4 Path and 4 Bolt probably, and Spell Pierce isn't amazing against those, but I don't think the Mana Leak or Logic Knot's gonna be very good here on the draw. So like that game would have been easier if we had a Spell Pierce, I guess. I guess I didn't have much going on, but worst case we could just pitch to Shoal, which would be the same thing we want to do anyway. Okay, so this hand's pretty interesting. We don't have a ninja. We have most of the things that we want. We're gonna keep. I imagine this hostage taker will be pretty good too. No real removal yet, but if I cast a nasty 1-drop, we could Shoal it. It's not a nasty 1-drop. Okay. We would like to draw a ninja next turn, and we could use Shoal plus Opt to protect it. So that would be the ideal scenario. Yeah, this is definitely a lightning bolt, so they're scared of being ninja'd. Because if they're delaying their play, that would be great for us. Good thing about these decks too is they're pretty hard to play against. Bloodbraid Elf. Damn. That's really good. What a sick Bloodbraid Elf hit. All the 1-drops in their deck, they gotta hit Ranger Captain of Eos. That is really, really good. That's probably going to be enough to take the game, honestly. We can definitely Hostage Taker the Ranger Captain and cast it ourselves, which would be cool. But this is quite good. Alright, we're going to opt. Yeah, this is it. It's a natural 3-for-1. Which is really, really bad. Alright. Alright, well that plays at least. That certainly helps. Does not go all the way, that's for sure. But this 3-for-1 with 2 bodies in play is just really, really good. Snapcaster Fatal Push will be nice, but ugh. Ugh. 19 lands too. Yeah, they have 5 cards in hand. That was a brutal Bloodbraid Elf. Just borderline unfair. All right. I mean, you go to 7. Yeah, this is gonna be really hard. I think we need to leave up Shoal to try and counter something. And then we'll push snap push on the next turn. And then try and set up Hostage Taker, steal something, cast it. Oh my god. I guess Pat things out. All my basics are gone. That stinks. Oh boy. Alright, well, I guess we're pushing now. I mean, if their hand is nothing but air, like maybe we have a chance here. It's all spells. All right. Fortunately, the Noble Hierarch makes it so the Snapcaster can't block effectively. Where have you been? All right. So yeah, we just say go. I think drawing a blue 1-drop would probably be our best draw step. All right, a heads-up attack would have been attack with only 1, I think. Now our Snapcaster is really good, so I can just have a bolt, but go to 9. Turn on our revolts, play Snapcaster Mage. Bloodbraid Elf is very, very good against us. They have another path too. Jeez. All right. Well, we're going to 6. Stinks I had to fetch basics to try and take less damage, but now we would have had 2 extra lands in play, which would really matter with Hostage Taker. But all right, it's a land. Please go all the way. Please go all the way. Please. Okay. That's great for us. So you're telling me there's a chance. That's pretty funny. We're going to 4. But this is pretty good. This is why you play Miser's cards like this in the sideboard, because they're very hard to play around, and they have a very powerful effect when you draw them. Like, we are way behind in this game, and this might swing it back. Maybe. Deathmark helps too. Especially if we get the ninja back to the hostage taker. Oh god. Don't play another Bloodbraid Elf. Stop playing Bloodbraid Elves. It's so good against us. Another Hex Drinker. Alright. That's fine. Now it comes down to, do we have to shoal the Bloodbraid Elf? Or can we let them play it? If we don't shoal it, we have to double block and then kill that. I guess we're like, ugh. It's a 4/4. I think we have to. I think we're just dead if we don't. Yeah, this is not ideal, but we can find another Snapcaster Mage. If our Snapcaster count can match their Bloodbraid Elf count, we might be able to do this. Maybe. But so I basically have to double block, which really stinks. If we can untap and pump this thing up, that would be awesome. But can't die, so we double block, we Deathmark this thingy, and we just hope they're out of cards, which is impossible basically because they had all spells in their hand a few turns ago, and they have a Canopy in play. So I think they're up like, what, 4 cards on us this game? Oh my god. Alright. Snapcaster or bust. Alright. That's a pretty tough match, honestly. Their deck seems really good against ours, and their hand was exceptionally good that game. We played Magic. We definitely weren't out of it, you know? But yeah, I mean, just the mono creature deck with 4 bolts and 4 paths, and then 4 Bloodbraid Elves seems very, very difficult for this deck to beat. I don't know about if that deck's a good deck in Modern, but it's certainly good against us. So, all right, match number 2. Let's play against a deck with spells in it. Can we do that? That'd be sweet. All right, not an amazing hand, but this is fine. We're on the play. We can keep. Obviously, we prefer a 1-drop to other ninja, but we have an opt, a reactive spell, a couple Snapcasters. This is fun. Painless mana. Darkslick Shores. Breeding Pool. Alright. Noble Hierarch again. This looks more like Infect, possibly, but this is another creature-based deck. That would stink. That would stink. Op number 2. Kind of looking for, like, I'm just gonna bottom this. Or rather draw like a counterspell or a land, honestly. Wanderer's good too, actually. Plays. Plays. Let's see what they're up to here. Playing Infect, we getting some sort of weird company deck. Possible it's the new Devoted Druid decks that have been popping up. Alright, so it's Infect. How does Infect seem for us? Not awesome. A little light on our removal on our main deck, but that was good. Good draw. I mean, we're getting our ninja online, which is good. We got a pitch counter. We got a kill spell. Not a very efficient kill spell. Obviously, we would, again, I prefer to draw a fatal push than our Tyrant Scorn, but if you could play 5 fatal push, we would. We would. Alright, another ninja. That's pretty good, honestly. So, I mean, if they kill us here with a Force of Negation, what are you gonna do? They gotta kill us through Force of Negation and Mausoleum Wanderer? Of course, the new card Scale Up is giving Infect a little bit of a boost. I'm not sure why they printed that card, because it's just dumb and Infect and worthless everywhere else, but they did, so... Oh, speak of the devil. Alright, well, we're going to counter that, so... We're going to pitch one of these Snapcaster Mages. They aren't doing a ton at the moment. Good start. So next turn, if we don't die here, which would be cool, we get to Ninja for Deep Hours, draw 3 cards. Hopefully keep our pitch counterspell train going. Of course, if it's possible, they just kill us if we have another pump spell here, but c'est la vie. Alright, well. Yeah, I mean, that's every single card in their hand, killing us on turn 3 through a Force of Will. What's she gonna do? The old Modern. You gotta love Modern, right? Modern's the best. Alright, let's bring in our Brutalities and our Thoughtseizes and our Deathmarks. Deathmark, yeah, Deathmark kills Noble and the other one. Glistener Elf. Hostage Taker, probably don't want that one. Got the Fallen Shinobi. I'd say Logic Knot and Mana Leak probably aren't good. They've won all the shoals, they've won all the forces. Tyrant Scorn also, honestly, isn't very good. This is very, very clunky. And then we could even like Vapor Snag's okay. Spell Pierce is fine. Collective Brutality is good, right? Yeah, it's gotta be good. I don't mind shaving a creature. I don't mind shaving a Snapcaster, honestly. The problem is if we Snapcaster a kill spell, we end up in a spot where, like, if they have one protection spell, they untap and kill us. It's just like a little clunky. Yeah, I think I'd like to just shave a Snapcaster and then shave one of our 1-drops because they're never going to kill our creatures. So we're going in a little light on creatures, but I kind of like this. And Fallen Shinobi, you know, I don't really want their Glistener Elves. Thank you very much. You know, playing against Tron, I'll take the Rugen. But their cards aren't very good in the abstract. I think I'm pretty cool with this hand. We can keep. We have a kill spell. We have a shoal. Shoal can counter a 1 or a 2. Deathmark for an early Noble Hierarch. Opt to find us some gas. Opponent mulligans. Scry's top. So they play Glistener Elf or a black. What's the black for? Sultai, in fact. That was unexpected. Alright, sure. Never seen that before. Well, it's 1/4 of the life, their full life total, so that's cool. It's cool. What do you think about it? Deathmark? Sure. Opskis. I'll take that. That plays. Alright, so we're going to fetch Shock here. Ooh, that's pretty good too. I'll fetch Shock here. Play our Faerie Seer. We're shocking because the damage doesn't matter but much, and I obviously don't want to shuffle away the cards on top if they're both good, so Ninja of Deep Hours, how do you do? That is perfect. And I want the land too, so I can recast the fairy, so this is all great. So we shoal a 1 or a 2 if they cast it. Also have the option to Brutality next turn, but I think I'd rather just Ninja. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy shoaling here. Now we get to get the ball rolling. Draw our land, we play our Faerie Seer. And then we have Brutality to follow up. Our shoal's down, but I think our mana situation is good enough where I can get a basic. Damage can matter, you know. Alright. I don't think about the Wanderer. I think I'm actually pretty happy with the op, though. I guess the Wanderer would have defended our Brutality next turn if they went like land, Blighted Agent. Then the Wanderer would protect our Brutality from a pump spell or a spell pierce or something. Maybe that's better. Obviously, the fear is we cast Brutality and they counter it or pump. Alright, this looks pretty good. Now, they could just have a pump spell here and be trying to block. Let's see. We're going to open opt. Let's see what's up. That's not bad. We're going to keep that. And then we need to decide what we're going to do exactly. So we're going to attack. This is great. This is actually perfect. We attack. They can animate if they want to. Then if they try and block, use a pump spell, we get to Vapor Snag it. That's really good. Good draw. So now we happily pass priority. They have a mutagenic growth, which is annoying because now we try and Vapor Snag, they can have a I guess they have to counter it in some way. So I think we snag here. If they have a protection spell, that's fine. They traded 2 spells for our ninja and our snag. They're at 10. We have brutality in our hand. We have a shoal in our hand. Yeah, I think this is fine. They could also just not have it, which would be cool too. And realistically, if we're left with a shoal, we have to hard cast. It's fine too. So they're going to 9. Seven. Yep. So this is all fine. So we lose the ninja, which is fine. Deal 1, they go to 7. We still have brutality in our hand. We still have shoal. They have 2 cards left in their hand, and we're at 0 infect. And Nexus is one of the harder creatures to like really pile on. So as they go like mutagenic growth, become immense, kill us. I'm ready for it, opponent. Just let me have it. That's it? Right. So, obviously, unfortunately, our brutality is not very good against Nexus specifically, but a shoal will probably honestly be fine. They're at 4, so this might as well be a Sarah Angel or something. Sure. Suppose if they have a become immense, we can't counter that one. That would be annoying. But that wouldn't have killed us last turn. So yeah, they just have a blossoming defense. So we're just literally playing a counterspell to prevent 2 poison damage. I think that's fine. We can also just duress them next turn too. This is fine. They have 2 cards. We're at 4 poison. We have a 4 turn clock. I'll just escalate this too. It's pretty cool. So we just duress drain them. Vines of Vastwood, Groundswell. So Vines is pretty hard to use given their current mana configuration, but Groundswell ain't great either. I think we take the Groundswell though, because they could theoretically lead back on defense next turn, and Groundswell means they're thinking win a fight here. Vines of Vastwood does not unless they draw land, and a lot of their lands are fetch lands, so it would just be off anyway. Opskis. I mean, that's pretty good. What's interesting here is if they attack and they just animate, block, and don't do anything. We're just going to offer a trade here, which is weird, I guess, but... Alright. So I guess just hope they drew a pump spell and get blown out. Also not casting push into their vines. Alright, this is fine, I guess. Not great for us, honestly, because we have less creatures than they do. But we have push and a lot of big draw steps. They don't have that many creatures in their deck. Like, they have to draw a creature too, so... I mean, that plays. I don't think we can not attack there. It just seems crazy. Like, now we just Spell Pierce, we feel like an idiot, but... Alright. Creature, please. I'll play four mana for a ninja right now. I don't really care. I'll do it. I'll do it. Polluted Delta, sure. Okay. Kill me, Smalls. I don't recall our scries this game. We fetched since a scry. Yeah. I guess this Delta's actually dead. It's fine. Force of Negation. Alright. Maybe we played bad this game. Maybe we like traded our creatures away too aggressively. I don't have that many creatures in our deck, you know? Oh god, the Drew Blighted Agent. That's brutal. Alright. They're doing a much better job drawing creatures than we are, despite us both having the same amount of creatures in our deck. I think we have more, right? 7, we have like 14 or 15, and they have like 12. Oh, we also have ops and stuff too, so that's annoying. Definitely annoying. They are drawing a spell every turn. We've been drawing a lot of lands. Oh, we have less lands than they do, honestly. Force is okay, though. Not sure why they would even play that. I have Groundswell, okay. We're just gonna counter this. Four's a lot. A lot of their spells do 2, so might as well just trade 1 for 1 with the 4 when we can. I was taking 5 and we're dead next turn, so alright, this game was pretty frustrating. First game was frustrating too, but alright. I mean, definitely did not draw very well there at the end. Maybe again we traded our creatures off too aggressively. If I had, obviously, if I had waited the 1 turn and not offered the Faerie Seer for the Inkmoth Nexus, we would have drawn Spell Pierce and blown them out. So maybe I was just being too aggressive with my creatures, honestly. Maybe. Alright, right back in the saddle. 1 drop, 1 drop, 1 drop. Ninja, Force Negation, opt, keep. Let's draw land. First draw step or 2 here, please. Please let me Noble Hierarch again. We're the spell-based decks, you know? There we go. Oh god, it seems like an Ensnaring Bridge deck. Probably good for us. We Faerie... Ooh, that's good too. We Faerie Seer, we find a land with our scries. And let it rip. Don't think you want Snapcaster Mage. Alright. 2 pitch spells. And they got some Vicious Baubles. You got it. Let's get the ball rolling here. Ninja, ninja, rat, ninja, ninja, rat. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Hopefully, like a fatal push. Oh, no, nothing. Okay. Works for me. We are online. We got a shoal. We got Force of Will. We have no idea what our opponent's doing. I assume playing some sort of Mox Opal deck. Always Vicious Baubles everywhere, but who knows? It's an Ironworks band. All right. Jump an island again. Nice synergy here. We get to scry pre-combat, then draw the Carby Scry. Or not. Or not. Draw an out. Okay. So maybe just Wanderer. Play one Wanderer here and just say... You just play them both, I guess. We have tons of ones for Shoal anyway. Tons of food for our forces. Interesting. Metallic Rebuke. Sure. You got it. All yours, my friend. I don't know what's going on. But you may look at my top card. Go nuts. I am hitting the F3 button. Please undo my F6. Thank you. Vicious Bauble's a magic card, I guess. Farfanugan. Pyrite Spellbomb. Sorry, it's 2-3. This is fun. Yeah, alright. That's fine. All fine by me. Spell Pierce is kind of nice too. Let's opt here, see what turns up. Tyrant Scorn? Probably don't want that one. Sure. I mean, I assume whatever they're doing is non-creature based, so I think we're in really good shape here with our Force of Will Spell Pierce hand. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know. Up first, all right, bottom, sure. Make things nice and simple for us here. All 4 Mishra's Baubles are in the bin. Achievement unlocked. Mox Opal, sure. Goblin Engineer. I think I would like to counter this. I'm not really sure what it's going to do, but I don't have a way to kill it, and we're not going to win next turn, so we can get back like something annoying. Yeah, we're gonna shoal this. Shoal, pitch, shoal. X is 2. Alright, I guess they got us. Opt for nothing, so sure. Alright, what's the ticket here? I think like Ensnaring Bridge thing, we're probably in trouble, honestly. Yeah. They have 2 cards in hand currently. We have 2 bounce spells in our deck. Obviously, some way to just kill this Goblin Engineer would also be nice. That works. Works for me. Oh yeah, it's lethal. Love it. Love it. You'll love to see it. Also draw 4 cards here too. That's kind of stinky that this is lethal because we would draw 4 cards if it wasn't. But unfortunately it is, so they're dead. Would have drawn 4 cards, 2 Force of Wills in our hand. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Alright, some sort of weird Ensnaring Bridge Goblin Engineer. Probably a Thopter Foundry deck, I would assume. So Hostage Shaker, Hurkyl's Recall, Rejections. Kind of annoying to leave in some amount of removal to kill the Goblin friend. I think Fallen Shinobi is once again bad. Tyrant Scorn seems bad. Vapor Snag seems bad. I guess we cut a push. Call it a day. So we have 3 pushes to answer Goblin Engineer. Still have our wide variety of counterspells. We have a number of 2s, so we can shoal the Goblin too. Are we interested in Surgical Extraction? I don't think so. It's not blue. It seems a little narrow. Are we interested in Thoughtseize? Yeah, I think so. So in that case, maybe bring in 2 Thoughtseize and just cut a 3rd push. Or 2nd push. Got a snap too. Snap Rejection's pretty good. I got like a Mana Leak, I guess. It's kind of one of the kind of stinky counter spells. Is Countersquall better than Logic Knot? No, because they have the Goblin. I'm happy with this. They could have explosives too, which is kind of good against us, but once we get a ninja down, we should be in good shape. This hand is a little lacking, but we're going to keep. It does have a big scry, a lot of potential. That's a good sideboard card. Opt can help too, you know. Playing the Astrolab probably. Card's really good. Hurkyl's Recall ain't great, but if you need it out in your deck to Ensnaring Bridge, it's a decent one. Oh, there you go. Sign me up. Sign me up. Still got a Faerie Seer. Get our scry on, but Watery Grave, Disrupting Shoal. I like that shoal a lot. let's keep that on the docket. So we're a little naked this turn, but we can reset them always. We'll see what they do. They assemble Thopter Foundry, Sword of the Meek. It's going to be kind of hard to win. Honestly, just the card Thopter Foundry itself might be good against us. It's like make a few random 1/1 flyers. All right, there's Sword of Meek. There's the bad part of the thingy. Although again, obviously our Hurkyl's Recall is a nice insurance policy here. Shoal's nice too. Shoal's real nice. Ninja Vanish. Sure, it's pretty good. Alright, so it looks like they have a War bench in here, so we can't counter this with anything, unfortunately, because it costs 5. But again, we have the Hurkyl's Recall, so like, it's not really that bad. Recall just undoes all the work anyway, so we can just like take a turn to set up, and then just recall them. It's pretty good. That's pretty good too, honestly. So we have no way to punch through at the moment. I'm pretty sure we just play a flyer and just set up for probably an end step Hurkyl's Recall into double Infiltrator, Force of Negation, Disrupting Shoal. The Wanderer doesn't... It could help a little bit if they have some sort of counterspell to stop the recall. But I obviously would like to scry if possible. I think we would just Wanderer. Okay. So... feeling pretty good here. Tezzeret, Agent of Bolus. So we could shoal this with our ninja, although I really like the idea of getting the other ninja online. I think we're going to just force this. The idea of recall into double ninja seems awesome. Although, yeah. Let me just force this. Don't need Faerie Seer here. Yep. Thankfully, they are flying. Actually, I should probably wait a turn and a step, of course. So they can't play their mocks again. And scoop. Draw Scalding Tarn. We're drawing 4 cards this turn, friends. They trigger for each other one as well. Draw a bajillion cards. Excellent. And now we have a rejection available too. Fantastic. Let her rip. Once you get 2 ninjas down, I imagine you're in pretty good shape. Although funny, rejection can't counter, what's it called? Thopter Foundry. Can counter Sword of the Meek. That doesn't actually matter. It's actually pretty annoying, but Hostage Taker can help out here too. Might want to opt in response to the Thopter Foundry. Try to find a 2. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Hell yeah, DJ. Bring that back. So this is obviously going more like I pictured it, where my opponent's not playing a bunch of creatures, and our counter spells are actually good. So definitely a good deck against broken decks for sure. Spell Pierce too. So draw 4. Force of Negation is fantastic. We're going to take 2. I think we're in good shape now. We each have Spell Pierce, Rejection, Logic Knot, Force of Negation, Disrupting Shoal. Seems good. Seems good. Astrolab. Sure. This card's very real, by the way. Which counter do I want to use? I think we're shoaling. I could just cast Logic Knot too. I'll just cast Land. That makes more sense. Cast Logic Knot. They have 3 mana open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goblin Engineer. Does that matter? I don't think so. Can't currently shoal. I guess we'll opt. Sure. Adorable. Like, Goblin Engineer is cool, but like, the cool thing about these decks usually is that they don't play any creatures, so their removal is just dead against them, but that is clearly not the case here. It's kind of weird how we have all the answers when we just like draw 5 cards a turn, you know? Yeah. Sweet. That was more like we drew it up. You know, that first match, that deck was just too good against us. The Infect match, maybe we could have played better in game 2. Don't think we ever beat their hand in game 1. All right, round 4. Let's play against more non-creature decks if we can. That'd be great. Let's also draw a land. That'd be cool too. So we can cast 2 of our spells, but mulligan. Pretty weak 6, but with an opt and a scry, you basically have to keep here. Ugh. So you have no way of knowing if this is going to be good or not. I'm gonna ship it. Yeah, we're just gonna ship it. Feels bad, but if they're playing a deck where Fatal Push is good, we can always open on Scalding Tarn for Island to shuffle it back in and then opt. Ooh, it's gonna be our first Hogak deck. I've not actually played against this deck yet. Seems tough in game 1, not gonna lie. But we have our multitude of sideboard cards, so that's what it looks like. Imagine our pitch spells should be pretty good here. Blood Gas Bridge from below. Alright. I think there's a question of if we just concede or not. Our hand is really, really bad. And if they get to see what deck we are, they can properly adapt for our sideboard cards. They see we're a Scalding Tarn deck. They might not board in Nature's Claim or some sort of effect like that that can kill a Rest in Peace. But if they see nothing, they might have to hedge or just bring it anyway. I'm just going to concede this game. I think if you're playing against one of the more super hyper linear decks in a format, and it's a bad matchup for you in game one, it is more than reasonable, as long as you know your opponent doesn't know what you're playing, to just scoop it up in game one and not show them. Because sideboarding is literally the only thing that's important with decks like this. So we're just going to scoop this game, which we are very unlikely to win, given that they kept a full 7-card hand and their looting was very good. Alright, so we need to bring all of our surgicals, of course. Our shoals seem very good. It's countering their 1s and 2s is very important. We're pretty good at that. Our fatal pushes don't seem good. Vapor Snag actually seems good to bounce a Vengevine or something. I'm not really thrilled about Mana Leak or Logic Knot. Those both seem kind of bad. Fallen Shinobi doesn't seem great either. It's possible we're interested in Thoughtseize. The thing is, these are both 2-mana spells for Disrupting Shoal, which can counter their altars. I think we just leave it. Oh, Tyrant Scorn's pretty bad, though. It's Tyrant Scorn. Maybe we are going to need some amount of removal, honestly. We're still going to need to, get through their stuff. They can just, play creatures. It is nice that Mausoleum Wanderer can get rid of bridges, too. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I think these cards are just too bad. Not sure how much... This is actually my first time playing against this deck, so I'm not actually sure exactly how much removal we want. Tyrant Scorns doesn't seem great, but bouncing a Vengevine's kind of cool. And it's a blue card. It's for Shoal. Right now we have 4 2s. Actually, we have 8 2s, technically. Alright, let's try this. The Hogak deck is kind of unfortunate. I feel like the card Hogak itself just didn't need to be printed. I don't know what fun thing that card is supposed to do. It only promotes really, really unfun, degenerate things. So, why bother printing it, you know? Our hand is good. It doesn't have a surgical. We do have a lot of looks at it, though. I don't think we can afford to not keep this hand, so we're going to keep. Get my shuffle out of the way now, because I want to keep both cards. Faerie Seer, help me out. Find me a surgical extraction, will you? No. I don't think I'm really interested in either one of these. We can only shoal for 1 or 4, and 2 is the really important number. So we're going to ship that one too. I think we're pushing most non-surgical cards. So now you have 2 more shots at that surgical next turn. Then it keeps 7. So if I could have had the shoal in my hand for this turn, I would have kept it, obviously. Because shoaling their looting or whatever is pretty good. Even the supplier is a pretty good card to shoal. Vengevine, Neonate. Not great. That's not bad. That's certainly not bad. Alright. Surgical extraction off the top? No. But we have a force. It's a start. It's a start. They could definitely just Vengevine us here. Alright, this is a pretty easy force. I think we're going to pitch the Opt. Next turn we can Faerie Seer. Yeah. Faerie Seer and then draw the Carby Scry. Actually, they can just block, but damn blockers, you know. All right, so definitely going to start on Faerie Seer here and see what our top cards are, and see if we're interested in fatal pushing their Stitcher Supplier. Not a great thing to have to do, but if we have a surgical on top or something we want to draw it, it's pretty good. So let's start with Faerie Seer. Fallen Shinobi, Darkslick Shores. Neither of those cards are very interesting. All right, and then I think we're going to opt. We're digging pretty deep here. Surgical? No. And now I think we are going to Fatal Push. Definitely like to not shuffle because there's a lot of non-surgical extraction cards in the bottom of our deck. So, alright, they hit a Karen Feeder, a Swamp, and a Looting. So not the end of the world. Could have been worse. Alright, so I'd like to draw a Force of Will or a Surgical Extraction. So we got 7 out of 48. Oh my god. Don't have lightning action. I think that would be devastating. Just devastating. No, alright. Probably not good. Okay, so just playing 2 creatures here is pretty good. So they're going to evoke a Wispmare to get their Revenge Vine into play. So now here comes the question, do they attack or are they back on defense? What is this? Oh, yeah, that's a magic card. Huh. I guess you can't cast this card from your hand. Oh, that's fair. That's bad for us. Does it trample? It does have trample. Why does that have trample? That's mad rude. Alright, well, we're probably in trouble here. We get to Ninja and draw 2 cards, but without finding it, we've dug really, really deep for our surgicals here. I mean, you must have seen at least 20 of our cards already. About to see 2 more. Maybe I should have Faerie Seered pre-combat to scry, but don't know if we need to have it in our... Actually, yeah, I should have probably Faerie Seered pre-combat. I was thinking about holding cards for a Shoal, but we're obviously bouncing this one too, so... Alright, let's draw 2. There's a Force. Maybe that really matters, though. Now that this thing's already in play, I don't know if we can really do much about it, honestly. An 8/8 trample is just really, really good. Like, now surgical doesn't do anything. It's weird that the Delve card would be really good, you know? It's just weird. Yeah, very rude magic card. I don't know what they were thinking. Alright, I mean, we have a Vapor Snag and a Tyrant Scorn in our deck. And that is basically it. Alright, I think we're flashing back, or I mean, we're just countering this. And we're going to just hope we can draw a Vapor Snag. And a Snapcaster Mage. And a lot of other things. Nope. Nope. We attack with both. They block one. We draw one card. Yeah, I don't think we really have many outs anymore. Well, they probably blocked the wrong creature. I mean, like, now I get to draw two instead of one. They're both lands, so we're dead, but... That was pretty tough. Deck's not very fun to play against. I don't know if Surgical would even help that much, because they had the Hogak in their hand, which is annoying. I guess Surgicaling the Vengevine would have been really good, but we'll never know. We will never know. Alright, round 5. Let's go here. This hand's just too bad. We're going to ship this one. Alright, we got to keep it. It's not ideal, but we can bottom that. We are on the draw. Push, Pierce versus mine. Alright, so our push is dead, but our Pierce should probably play. One drop. No. Probably should just play the island. Yeah, I definitely should have played the island. Ooh, what's going on? Got him anyway. I mean, unfortunately, I think we're just going to raw dog our Snapcaster Mage and try and get our Ninja in. Does not feel good. But... Having fun in Modern is not allowed. Just not allowed at all. No fun allowed. Wow. Alright. I mean, that's a card we can Fatal Push. So we can extend this game for like 2 or 3 more turns before we get destroyed. It's hard with the 1-drops because you always want to have one, but you only want to have one. You really want to have more than one. It's hard to play a number bit like, oh, there's one. But now I kind of want to Snapcaster Spell Pierce. Alright, yeah, we're just going to say go here. We'll ideally snap Spell Pierce. We can ninja off the snap. Hopefully they go like land Ugin or something. Not a commonly said sentence. Hopefully they go land Ugin. Hopefully it's not Urza's Tower. Karn Liberated. That also plays. Alright. It's very rude of our opponent to give us hope here. Don't give me hope. Tron players, you gotta love them. You gotta love them. The Spell Pierce is literally in the graveyard. It's not like it was like a surprise. Logic not? Alright, well, I mean, you have a long way to go here to actually winning this game, but if they just do nothing for like a few more turns, So we have another Spell Pierce, basically. Alright, so this has to be Ugin. Can't counter a Karn. Can't counter a creature. I can counter a creature, actually, yeah, so that's fun. Can't counter a Wurmcoil, though. This match seems pretty hard, unfortunately. Not a great run in the last few videos. A lot of tough matchups just over and over again. Oh my god, they got Ugin. Oh my god, we can counter it. Everything is coming up Millhouse. They only have 2 cards left. And that's the card they got. So you're telling me there's a chance. Let's draw Force of Negation. Scry me. Scry me a river. Disrupting Shoal is probably not going to do it in this matchup. We're shipping everything here. Shipping the farm and hoping they have nothing. Alright. I mean, we could make them pay 2 and then hopefully they just can't cast the card they get, but I don't think we can realistically beat anything here. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. So they can't draw lands or spells. Right. Yeah, we are not prepared for this matchup at all. Tron not very popular at the moment. So they have nothing left. I mean, that wasn't bad. As far as, like, cards that make us keep playing Magic go. You know, we can, like, take a hit from Ulamog, and then we can chump block it. We're on a clock here for sure. I don't know if we have, like, a... can draw a bounce spell or something, or... Spell Pierce probably not going to do it. We could draw the big ninja. You know, we had a land too, though. Steal some of their stuff. That card seems very good against them. The 5-mana ninja that steals top 2 cards. Alright, so we go to 2 here. We lose a large portion of our deck. I suppose I should have topped those cards with the Scry, but... Easy for one to lose their mind when facing down Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. So we draw Ninja. We'll have 6 and then 6, which is pretty good. But they just have too much mana, so they're probably going to lose. Vapor Snag. Alright, pretty tough game there. Pretty tough game. No lies. We do not have any way to interact with their lands at all. So we are not really equipped for this. Thoughtseize, Rejections, Countersquall, and take a 4 Fatal Push, and I don't hate Vapor Snag. Just like an out to Wormcoil Engine. I don't think Tyrants. I guess that's, I think we can cut a Shoal actually. Shoal countering a star. Actually, Shoal's pretty good. It counters map, star, or Ancient Stirrings. Counters a lot of the good enablers. Let's got the Tyrant Scorn. Maybe not actually. Maybe we have ways to stop their non-creatures. Not a lot of ways to stop their creatures. I guess we have rejections, but let's leave it. Actually, no, we have rejections too. This is fine. All right, we got to really mize them out here. Definitely not a great matchup. Again, I think it's like really wants to play against spell-based decks. Not Hogak, not Tron, and not creature decks. This hand is super awkward. Again, no 1-drop. And we can't keep this. Just can't do it. This hand is much better. All right, we got to bottom that. We just need a land, unfortunately. But this hand's actually really, really good. This hand has Seer into Ninja with Shoal on 1 and a Spell Pierce. All right, perfect. Can't really ask for much more, honestly. Do we Shoal the Chromatic Star? I think we do. If this cuts them off green for a Stirrings or a Sylvan Scrying, that could buy us a turn or two, and realistically we just have to kind of cheese them out. So now they can't cast Scrying on 2, so we could possibly Spell Pierce to Scrying a turn later. That's not bad. That's definitely not bad. Couldn't really ask for a better hand, so. Okay. So this means they either have Tron rolled up or they have green cards in their hand and they can't cast them, which is a good scenario. An Ninja 50 power. So what's Thoughtseize here? Let's just start here and see what's up. We were correct. They have a Blast Zone, which is fine. And they have Karn, the Great Creator, and they have an O-Stone. I think we're just taking the O-Stone. Because we're not going to kill them before they can just naturally do that. We can Spell Pierce Karn, the Great Creator. We draw green source, it's annoying, but what are you going to do? I think realistically we're just playing a Faerie here and trying to find a land. We'll draw the land and play it. We can Spell Pierce. Okay. And then we don't need another Ninja, so this is good. So top, attack. I mean, we're in pretty good shape here, realistically. Like, they obviously could just draw basically any good card. Second tower, sure. Now we have a Ninja. We're drawing 3 cards next turn. That's good. That's good. Snap Thoughtseize. Don't think that's worth it. Draw. Force of Negation. No. Okay. Don't want the land. I don't want Spell Pierce either. We have Snap Spell Pierce. We want that next turn. So this is a big turn. If they Natural Tron us here. No? Alright. So Clutch Shoal on the star. We create nothing. And this turn we're drawing about 1 million cards. So we should find a Force of Negation and probably lock this game up. That's a lot of cards. Full 7. Let's go. Here's your Force of Negation. Disrupting Shoal also. We can snap Thoughtseize and have Shoal and... Oh. But things are going so well for us. Alright. Okay. That was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. Let's hear that one back. We can do that again. We can do that again. Thoughtseize, Faerie Seer, Rejection. This is a pretty good hand. We can keep this. We have our Shoal on 1 again. We have Rejection, Seer, Thoughtseize. I like this. Same idea. Ship the Opt. And if we don't draw a Ninja, we're going to Thoughtseize for sure. I guess we could Seer into a Ninja, but yeah, we gotta get this Thoughtseize out of here. Let's get an idea of what we're up against here. Not much, except for Father. Alright, and we'll take Sylvan Scrying. I mean, it's kind of a scary hand. They have essentially, there's 4 pieces of Tron. There's the 3 Tron lands and a green source. As we saw last game, they were missing the green source part, as well as the full Tron part. They already have the Forest, so all their top decks are super live here, but we're in okay shape. We're in okay shape. Even if they natural Tron us, they're unlikely to have a thing to play. Obviously, we say that now, but that's a good draw, too. Okay. Don't need more 1-mana creatures, that's for sure. Let's say the first one. We're good. That's why this Faerie Seer is actually pretty good, because these decks definitely want to find certain cards to get the engine online. And I feel like we bought him a lot. Alright. Don't think playing Urza's Mine over Forest there is correct usually, because again, you don't want to play matching Tron pieces usually, but they're going to Surgical Extraction us on Disrupting Shoal. That is okay by me. That does increase our odds of drawing a land next turn, which is good, because you want to have a Ninja in play and a Rejection up. That is our place we'd like to be. Oblivion Stone. Alright, that needs to be answered. Because they have a land in their hand. Another land basically wins in the games. They can just, it doesn't win the game, but they can stop our path to victory here. Because their hand is Forest, Ulamog. So they assemble Tron in the next turn or two. We are in pretty big trouble, but we have the Ninja Party online. So if they can brick for a turn or two here, we can definitely get things rolling. We're drawing cards, we're scrying. I'd like to pick up a Force of Negation. That would be nice. No, Mausoleum Wanderer. That seems worse than Faerie Seer. It is unlikely to counter anything. I guess if they go like Star Cycle, no, it doesn't even counter a scrying at that point. Spell Pierce, Faerie Seer. I don't think Spell Pierce do much either. We're digging deep. We need help. their hand could get good really, really, really fast. Okay. It's a redraw. Two pair. Two pair. Not where you want to be when you're playing Tron. Opt. Bottom. What are we looking for here? What's the reason we want to opt pre-combat? I don't think there is one. None of our ninjas calls one, so alright. Oof, there it is. Alright. Opt. Bottom. Spell Pierce. Okay. I don't think Spell Pierce is going to be good ever. So we're going to have Wanderer. Spell Pierce is going to be our Force of Negation card. And then Vapor Snag is going to be our insurance policy against a Wormcoil engine that's hard cast. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good too. Can't really complain about that. So now we have 2 counter spells. Sure. Alright. This is basically a hard counter, and then also a hard counter naturally, obviously. Sylvan Scrying. Can't let that one happen. So, do we want to Force of Negation this? Or just Logic Knot it? I think we want to force it. And are we going to hard cast it? I believe so. I mean, the other hand is nothing, because they didn't do anything last turn, so. And then we also scry a bunch of the bottoms. We don't want to crack this Tarn. Okay. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good, not gonna lie. They're at 5, and they are dead on board. I guess if they draw natural Tron and they get to Ulamog us, we get to counter it. All right, Ancient Stirrings, that's the game. We just do Logic Knot this for 100 million. So they have 5 up. Goes by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sweet. That's pretty cool. I mean, maybe Tron isn't that bad for us. Shoaling on the 1-mana spells is actually really, really good. And then Force of Negation is also just really, really good. It seems hard, interact with their lands, but like, we can just like put them off balance like just enough, which seems to be the case here. I'm a happy camper. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, so not the most successful league. We went 2 and 3. This is definitely, it's an idea. It's not a, it still needs to be worked on. The deck seems super sweet. I mean, we lost to a Naya deck that, probably, if you had to build a deck, and I want to build a deck that seems really, really good against this deck, that's not a metagame deck currently, that would have been it. Bloodbraid Elf and a bunch of creatures. We are not equipped for that. Force Negation, Disrupting Shoal, Spell Pierce, all not very good there. And we actually played Magic with them a little bit. Obviously, Snapcaster Deathmark's good. The third Bloodbraid Elf in that game probably did us in, but bad matchup there. In fact, doesn't seem like it would be awful, given the amount of interaction that we have, but their hand was pretty good game one. He might have played badly in game two. I don't think we drew very well, but I think we probably maybe could have played better in game two as far as like just not offering trades and waiting till our cards improved. That's fair. We lost to the Hogak deck as well. That one seems hard. I'm not gonna lie. That deck just seems kind of busted. I don't know if that deck will survive rotation. I won the MCQ. It's 2 weeks ago now. I'll be playing in Mythic Championship Barcelona, which is modern, and I don't know if that deck will be legal at that point. It just seems awful. Realistically, it does not seem fun at all. People are beating it now. They're playing, 6 or 7 graveyard hate cards in your sideboard, but that's not a healthy format. That's not fun. So we'll see. But we're looking for a deck that is really, really fun, super sweet, fun to play, really good against any non-creature heavy decks, and looking for a deck that's really good against combo decks and spell-based decks. This deck's super sweet, kind of similar to Delver decks in Legacy with more card draw. I think this card's really cool. We don't really cast it very much, if ever, but it's pretty powerful. Obviously, the Ninja of a Deep Hours ++ is very, very good. Our pushes were good. Our Deathmarks were good. Overall, pretty happy. Nice, lean, fun deck. Definitely very, very sweet. Playing a lot of new cards. Definitely a few angles you could explore with this deck. You could try the Fairy package. I don't think it's very good. Other 1-drops you could play. Could try like Terramander, but plays pretty badly with Snapcaster Mage and stuff. Could try playing more removal. Could mix things up a little bit. But all in all, super sweet deck. So definitely don't be shy about giving it a try. And I think that Force of Negation is really, really good. I think it's just like basically what the doctor ordered. Great design in that it can't defend your combos. You can't use it on your turn. So it's mostly good at defending against broken things rather than using it to defend them. Obviously, you see it in Legacy where Sneak and Chill plays for Force of Will, so they get to defend their own combo with Force of Will. That's kind of lame. So it's really cool card, very well designed. I like it a lot. Deck sweet. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video here on CoolStuffInc.com. Don't forget if you're watching on YouTube, hop on over to CoolStuffInc.com proper, where there is a companion article to this video. Make sure you see that. Not going to want to miss that, of course. And of course, check out my videos every Monday here on CoolStuffInc.com, as well as my written articles every Friday. And of course, a bunch of other great content from other great authors and content creators, Ali Antrazi, Mike Flores, and of course, the best deals on the internet when it comes to any game stuff. Card games, board games, miniatures. Cool stuff's been around forever. And you can get 5% off your order using promo code JIM5. And anything you need, Modern Horizons, Settlers of Catan, miniatures, it's all on there. So check it out, CoolStuffInc.com. I'll see you fine folks next week. And of course, on my stream and in my YouTube. I will see you guys later. Signing off for another CoolStuffInc.com video.